So some things happened at the end of last stream that I didn't actually notice. And it kind of changes the game here a little bit. Yesterday, of course, won the War of Osiri. Established a line of succession, which is great. And my vassal won his conquest, which gained me this territory here. Now, the thing that happened, I actually went back and watched the end of last night's stream because I noticed when I fired it up today that there's been some political changes here with Dublin. And I wanted to see, first of all, getting that bug again where my keyboard is not working. Come on. Work. Work, work, work. Maybe I'll just restart the game then. So here, check this out. Dublin used to be this entire coastline here, plus Brefna. Dublin now is just these two territories. So I clicked on it, and sure enough, the dude died yesterday. Right here, Earl Domhnall. Been a bit of a rival to me. He passed away. So I don't know why exactly his death caused these two territories to split off, but they did. Which is pretty good for me because these guys basically don't have a military. And in fact, Dublin, they're still pretty similar to us, but that's nothing that a group of mercenaries couldn't handle, certainly. So that changes that situation a bit. The number one task, though, that I have going right now is I need to get my vassal to like me, because currently he hates me. And that's a bit of a problem. Hold on, let me get rid of this nonsense. That's a problem, because at this point his territory is actually bigger than mine. And I'm not exactly stronger militarily, so the last thing that I need right now is to go to war against my vassal. I think what I'm going to do, the biggest hit that he's taking right now is not being on the council, which is frustrating because he's not particularly skilled at anything. He is certainly not better than any of the people that I have on the council right now. You know, my steward is only marginally better, but he is better. He's also a knight, so I guess he doesn't really need to be on the council. I didn't realize she was a bastard. So I think what I'm going to do then is go ahead and do a swap at the steward level here, the steward seat. Because I don't know what his plans are, but if he's thinking about taking it to me anytime soon, he certainly could. And I don't want to fight that war. So unfortunately, Setna, I gotta do a swap here. Now we're doing a little bit better. A little bit better now. Hopefully this guy can get the job done well enough. He should be able to. It was only a 4-point difference, but... And... let's go me see if I can find him again. Setna. Fired from council. No, he's doing okay. He's my knight. That's fine. Who are his parents? Why is he a bastard? Was not born of a legal pairing of parents. Oh, I forgot about that. That was a while ago. Yeah, okay. That was a while ago. Yeah, so she cheated on him. Or she cheated on her husband, who was not this guy. This guy, Fingal. I forgot about Fingal. I didn't know he passed away. What killed him? Natural causes at the age of 41. That's unfortunate. Poor Fingal. Okay. Pet my dog. You will lose some stress. Well, I'm not stressed out right now. I'm gonna let time run here and see if I have any causes to fight these people. None for her. Nope. Don't want that. Ah, interesting. Cathmal has a claim on this territory, and that would be a very quick victory. You cannot afford the cost of war. Disgrace, that's not good. I don't want to be disgraced. I wonder if I can convince him to go to war for that territory himself. He certainly could. He did that to Athlone. Alright, we'll just sit on that for a little bit. I always forget about these two. They also don't like me. They want to be on the council. That's not good. Where'd my dog run away? That's not cool at all. Oh, cool. We found her. Sweet. Yeah, so I actually have 3 vassals. I constantly forget about those other 2. Interesting. I've never seen this choice before. Maybe a little weird that it's presented as a choice, but these are asexual. Is there any penalty to being bisexual? I mean, leave my options open, you know? Oh my god, I thought I sent you away, Anne Lath. Every time I see her, my mood is sure to turn sour. She will never become a decent person. Where is she? I could have sworn I sent her somewhere. Ulster. Yeah, she's all the way up there. And she's still tormenting me. Still tormenting the king. From the other side of the island. Oh, I have a kitten now. It's my kitty now. Flame. Orange fur. Well, if he has orange fur, I'll name him after my orange cat. Max. sleeping right behind me as we speak. What's going on over here? You guys at war? Oh, peasant uprising. It's not actually looking that great for them. There might be some more political changes afoot up in these remaining territories. Do that. Okay. Durbagale. This cannot be good. Yeah, sure. And speaking of that, let me check on these other two vassals that I constantly forget that they exist. Inus. City of Inus. Here we go. How expensive is it to construct a holding? Oh, 400. That's right. Construct castle, city, temple. Okay. So one thing I definitely have not been doing a lot of is developing my inner holdings here. Okay, Earldom of Thomond. There's the castle holding. There's Inus. And this is also where the bishop is. So this is interesting. I forgot that you need just over half of the counties in order to declare a kingdom. So I think if I take over one more thing, I should be able to create the kingdom as long as it's a duchy title. Which I think that's what this would be, right? Earldom. I'm not sure. Guess we'll find out. Wants a seat on the council, but they're not good at anything. These guys always want a seat on the council, but they can't do anything. Like, I don't know what you guys want from me, but I ain't throwing you that bone. I threw one to Kathmal, but I didn't really have much of a choice in the matter there. I didn't feel like dumping my entire treasury on his lap in order to get him to like me for the rest of his life. Alright, let me get back to the vassal screen here. I didn't realize this guy was a knight. Not what I expected. Covetous villain. Weird. She's allied to those guys all the way up there. Does Does she not have a line of succession? It's a bit strange. I mean, should I just grant that to her? Maybe not. I think that would be an equal title to myself. It's a bit of a confusing screen. Yeah, that's kind of confusing. I don't really understand that. I don't understand that very well. Oh, what just happened? Yeah, I suppose I could betroth myself to someone now. 11 years old. Curious and diligent. How goes the battle? Welcome back. Well, the war's over. And I don't remember if my vassal had won his conquest while you were here last night, but he won it, which is great. And the thing that I uncovered when I fired the game up this evening is that the leader of Dublin actually died at the end of the last stream. I didn't notice that. And so Dublin has split into three separate territories now. Or rather, these two got their independence from Dublin. So a bit of a different political situation than what I was dealing with yesterday. Well, what I'm trying to do now... Easier to take them down. Yeah, it's actually going to be shockingly easy because those two territories basically don't have a military. But I only have a casus belli for one of them, and I couldn't afford to do it just yet. So I gotta wait a little bit, but as soon as I'm able to, yeah, I can just walk over both of them. It's not gonna be anything. Now, were you playing Crusader Kings the last time? The last time you were here? Welcome back, by the way. Yeah, I was playing this when you stopped by. I think it was Monday. Threatening punishment, training explanation. Whatever option is going to make him not hate me. Deceitful. To lie and deceive is in Lawrence's nature. I wish those windows would lock faster. Jumping across streams of 2 to 3 games. I hear ya. I almost played Apex Legends tonight instead, but I was really curious to see what the aftermath of this war was going to be. You missed a good one yesterday. Just downloaded early access for Baldur's Gate 3. I'm really looking forward to that. I heard the early access is super buggy, so I haven't touched it, but yeah, Larian makes awesome games. Speaking of that, I need to get back to Divinity Original Sin 2. I never finished it. Diplomacy. Okay, I need to pick one of these. Diplomacy +2. Intrigue +4. I'm not super concerned about intrigue. Opinion of liege. Opinion of vassals. Yeah, sure. Humble. Support the game's development. Yeah, absolutely. The whole early access stuff I think is pretty cool, even though I typically don't mess with it myself. The only early access game I have is Hell Let Loose, which I think that one's early access. Someone's plotting to kill me. That's fine. We'll stop them. So, for my spouse, a spouse must be available to carry out responsibilities of that role. Did you finish? Yeah, I should. I actually, I was playing it on the Switch, which is a good version of the game. But now that I have a PC, I'm just gonna start over. I didn't get super far into the Switch version, so I don't feel bad about starting over on PC eventually. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna forget about the spouse thing for a little bit. I still have 5 years before I can get married. On your second playthrough, wow. How long is that game? Because I feel like that's like a 100-hour thing. Yeah, fine. It is a long game, yeah. I never got off of... What the hell is this? You've been spending a lot of time with a 0-year-old? Or just talk. What kind of conversations are you having with a newborn? Oh, she's my friend now. Who even is this? Oh, that's you, isn't it? This is you, right? Oh no, you're over here. It's so weird. The weirdest things happen in this game, man. I have a friend now. Friends for life. Both my dog and my cat are now giving me gold. I love it. Wish my cats would do that. Let's check in on this conflict here. Well, still basically neutral. Worry about that later. This is interesting. My mother. That was my previous ruler. Oh, so where is she right now? How did you get over here? Did I do that? I have no idea how this even... I don't remember having any business with these people. So, I mean... Yeah, let's... Sure. That's so weird. I don't remember that at all. Shipping my mother off to France. Baroness of Verizon. I have a good marshal. That's good to see. Okay, so what do we want to tackle here? My council's doing fine. Oh, he's actually getting better at being a steward, which is good. I didn't realize that he could improve on it. That's good. He almost likes me now. Marshal Aiden. This guy's not really getting any better at this, though. And he hates me. Title claimant. What do you claim? Oh, you claim my kingdom. Oh, whatever. I don't care about that. I am really itching to take the fight to these people. I can't do it safely, though. Not yet. No, that's fine. Be terrified by you. Uh-oh. If a cat and a dog are fighting, whose fault is it? I'm a cat person, so I'd be more likely to weigh in on the side of the feline. Sorry, Snow. Always the cat's. Oh, always the cat's fault. Really? I don't know about that. I'm not putting that on Max. What the hell? God, I don't even know what to say. I lost both my pets. He doesn't seem too beat up about it. Lost them both. Dogs, man, what can you do? Insular Christianity's fervor decreased by 10. Okay, worse things have happened. I need a really good prestige bump right about now so I can carry out this war and be done with it. also bump my... Oh, that costs prestige. I don't want to do that. Certainly don't want to do that. Maybe we'll build something. Give me additional levies. Can I build like a monument or something that gives me prestige? Build a wonder of the world, like it's civilization. What's going on here? Why? Oh, here comes Jock Mock again. I haven't seen you guys in a while. What exactly are you guys doing? Oh, this war is over. Yeah, I actually watched a 42-minute long video this morning, kind of like a beginner's guide to the game on a YouTube channel called Party Elite. And he does a lot of videos for strategy games. It's really good. And I was thinking about it and realized that I might need to skim through it again because trying to remember everything that I learned in and of itself was a little overwhelming. Party Elite is the name of the channel. Oh, this kid's getting bullied. That's not okay. I'm not too worried about that. Gain the trait Brave. That one ain't bad. Calm. No, let's step in and protect this kid. Punches are being thrown. I'm gonna throw some punches back, man. Wow, they've had a lot of death in the family. Oof. Lost 2 kids to a siege. That's not what you want. Murdered by the King of Wales. What are you doing killing a 2-year-old? Who is this guy? What the hell? Murderer. Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess it works out then. Or it fits. Died of cancer. Okay, I disband. Wait, what happened? What did I do? I missed something. What happened? Well, I don't care about her. I do care about Cathmal, though. How much was this again? 375. We're getting there. It's just taking forever. How old am I? Still 11? 13 now. I wonder if I had turned 16, I'll be able to go on a hunt. That'll give me a nice prestige boost. She thinks I'm a saint? Oh, she thinks that she's a saint. I have another bully. Who are your parents? Oh, good. I can't exactly do anything to you, can I? Ship you off to the King of Wales. What? You cannot be serious. No way. Why does she want to kill me? She likes me. No, it's because maybe it's because I fired her. I don't want to lose prestige though. I can't afford to lose prestige right now. I don't think she'll do it. I think we'll be okay. What's going on over here? How are you guys doing? Too far away to interact with, yeah. Folks, we got ourselves another kitten. Yes! The cat. Gray fur. My other cat is not gray, it's black. Have I known any gray cats? All gray cats. I'll stick with gray. Hopefully Gray won't get murdered by a dog like my last cat was. What have we got up here? You can declare wars. No, I can't do that yet. Ulster. I mean, I guess. I don't really want to go out of turn, though, you know? Does it cost prestige to fabricate a claim? I guess it would probably cost prestige to press the claim in war. God, can you grow up faster? Getting there, 14. Guess I gotta look for a spouse at some point here. I'll let time run while I do that. It's power. Duchy of Austria. Wow, look at this dude. Bit of a scallywag, isn't he? Where's Austria? Austria. There you are. That alliance is not exactly going to do much for me. I can marry my friend. Oh, maybe not. She's my cousin. Maybe I won't do that. Just gonna continue. Let's talk about how you've been behaving. Martial challenge. Yeah, really intense music for this childhood bully situation. I have to wait 13 years anyway. To do what? Sorry, I lost what I was doing a second ago. Oh, to marry the 2-year-old. That's right. Yeah, or a 3-year-old, whatever she was. This is such a difficult process because there's only 679 people that I could marry. How's it going? Ooh, this would get it. He would have a hook on me. I could gain prestige by telling him to take a hike. Let's do that. Sorry, friend. I can go to war now. And I'm curious to see if I'll be able to declare the kingdom by taking victory in this upcoming war that's about to unfold. I'm going to hold off and take care of Leinster down here. Oh, 375. We're so close. So close. Give it just a little bit more time. I thought these guys were done with their whole thing. I guess not. They're about to lose to the peasants, actually. Oh no, this is a different conflict. This is Dublin taking over Brefna again. Brefna. It's a bummer because that was one of the territories that was going to be super easy to stomp into the dirt. That's okay though. Knowing that I can just throw together a mercenary army and wipe any of these people off the map has me a little less worried about it. I don't think that'll be the case outside of Ireland because none of us really have allies that I've kind of discovered. So these battles are not especially large. The urges I feel for people of the same gender. Aren't you related to me? No. The world must know this. No, what? Why? Do you need to spend the money on mercenaries? They're expensive. Geez, she's having another bout again. The choice is yours. So, mercenaries... I mean, I might not have to. My army's getting pretty large on its own here, but... I hired a group yesterday because Dublin was going to stomp me in their invasion. And all things considered, they're really not hugely expensive. I mean, if you need to win a war, like, you can pretty easily do it with this. I hired the Red Shanks, so it was 334 gold for almost 1,700 troops. To me, it was worth it. And clearly it was because we won that conflict. It just depends on what the comparison is between the two nations. I mean, these guys right now, they're actually inferior to us militarily at the moment. So I don't think I would need to hire mercenaries again, but it's always an option. Yet to be able to afford it. Yeah, I think, wow. There you go, my man. Awesome. I'm rolling in money now. Your neighbor has one. Okay, so Dublin got Brefna back. That's fine, whatever. Bolstered their military a little bit. So I think one of the things that helps a lot with getting more money is making sure... I don't know if you've done this or not, but making sure that you modify your vassal contracts. So... if I can remember even where to go to do that. A feudal contract. So I guess I can't do it with all of them. Interesting. Yeah, so modify feudal contract. I have his taxes set to high, so he's contributing quite a bit. Same with the levies. And I want to say, yeah, some of these buildings that you can construct will also increase the amount that you get per month. +3 plus, or 0.3 plus 0.3 plus 0.2. Don't they end up hating you? They don't like it when you do that, certainly. So high taxes -15, high levy -15. But I've been able to balance that out by doing other favors for him, such as putting him on the council. The other thing, too, is... So you can only modify it once, I think. Yeah, you can only modify it once. And I think with this guy in particular, I was able... I think... It's been a while now, but I think I was able to use a hook on him, which will remove penalties such as it being an act of tyranny. But I can't remember. That might have been his predecessor that I did that for. But yeah, they definitely don't like it when you bump up their contributions, but you can balance it out if you do the right stuff for them. When I started this session, however long it's been, 50 minutes ago, he was at -68 opinion, and now I've got it to +28. How's it going, Jack? Thanks for stopping by. On pause here. Oh, we have a war to start. That's right. That's what I was gonna do in just a little bit. Actually, I have to wait a little bit more, a little bit longer to do that. How was Fall Guys, Jack? I ended up not catching your stream because I was out all evening, unfortunately. So apologies for that. $370, $371. Give me 4 more. And we can take the fight to him. $375. Vastly. They have 267 troops, and I have over 2,000. Wonder how a 10-year-old king is doing. So he's 15 now. He's almost an adult. Legally, he is almost an adult, which is very exciting. It's great. Nice. How are the new levels? I should download that again. I haven't played it in a little bit. $373. Give me 2 more, and we will be in business. No kidding. She recovered. Wow. How old is she? 37? So she's had the Great Pox for pretty much her whole life. She recovered. That's great. Good for her. Everyone was rooting for Team Shelby. Good. They should root for Team Shelby. I would have rooted for Team Shelby. Toxic hot dog. She's the worst. Another bully. A little challenging. That's cool. How many new levels are there? I thought I saw that it was like 5, I think, but I could be wrong. 375. Oh, it's gonna drop me down to 0. Let's do it. This is gonna be just shameful. What's about to happen to these people? 5 or 6. Cool. Have they cycled any levels out, or is it all the same levels plus these new ones? Poor bastards. Nice. Let's go, Brentsy. Sweet. Let me check the audio on this, because again, you never know with the music in this game. Yeah, that's still pretty freaking loud. Let's drop it down to like 40. Alright. Oh. Hey, he likes my cat. This dude loves me now. We've completely turned a new page with this guy. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Only run levels, no team-based games. So those are my favorite. That sounds like something I could get into. Large breach. Starvation. Oh, okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I didn't realize that okay, yeah. So that's, I always get kind of confused when you raise armies, if that also raises these and just kind of combines them into one thing. So you have 10 people instead of 5 or 6 for Fall Mountain. I don't know what you're talking about. That's when it's at its best, clearly. The French. The friendship I shared with Aben meant a lot to me when we were both young. She's 4 years old. The things Mormon put me through as a child still weigh heavy on me, and every time I see her, my mood is sure to turn sour. Petty King Lawrence, you're a man now. Tough soldier. Cool. You won't forget her anytime soon. I'm a man! You should. Yeah, it's reaching that territory now where I'm having a hard time pulling myself away from it, because every time I end a session, there's more things on my plate to tackle for the next time, and I just want to get into it. A lot to learn, though. As I said earlier, before you hopped on, I watched a 42-minute long beginner's video for this game today, and it was a beginner's video, like very surface level, and that was 42 minutes. Learned a lot. Why is this taking so long? It's literally 2,000 against 250. How are they holding the city so well? castle, right? Click assault fort. Oh! I guess that would help if we actually assaulted the fort instead of standing outside of it. Oh, on pause. Yeah, that looks a little better. Now we're hemorrhaging soldiers like crazy. Became the cultural head of Irish culture. We're just flourishing right now. Munster is blossoming like never before. Enforced demands. Let me go ahead and take your stuff. You're welcome, by the way, Cathmal. Oh, he loves me now. Look at that, plus 97. Not having the space for a mouse on my laptop. So all of your USB ports are occupied? That would be a bummer. I know you don't play PC stuff a lot, but you can get a USB hub on Amazon for fairly cheap, I think. Like 20 bucks or less, I think. I use one on the back of my PC here. Oh, she died last year. Bummer. Much greater foe than I imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I'll comply with the commands. Yes, please do. Disband armies. Holds titles that would be inherited by rulers who are not your vassals. Oh, okay, space on your desk. Huh. There's gotta be a way you can make room somewhere. Yeah, this game I think would be pretty nauseating to play with just a touchpad. Any PC game, honestly, would be nauseating to play with a touchpad. So what I'm curious about now is, can I make this? No, I don't have a duchy title. Although, didn't I just get a thing that said I can create the Duchy of Leinster? Yeah. We might be about to make ourselves a kingdom here in a second. Folks, we are one step away from a united Ireland. Okay. I've never done this before, so bear with me. I don't have enough gold to do that. Let's go back. Okay, so what have we got here? I'm looking at duchies. Petty Kingdom of Leinster. So whoever holds this will be my vassal, I believe. Right? Am I wrong about that? I mean, it was his claim, so I'll probably give it to him. Moving at the end of the year, so maybe I can get a game room set up. Yeah, there you go. I mean, honestly, I was going to say get a desk, but Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you can figure something out. I mean, how much space does a mouse take up, you know? It's nothing crazy. Yeah, see, this is going to be a problem. I don't... What about her? What if I give it to her? Grant to... Oh, I guess I can't. It has to be given to a vassal or a guest or courtier. Does that cost prestige? Yeah, okay. I'm not going to do that. I guess I don't need to give it to anyone. Oh, he already has a holding. Yeah. What am I even doing? It's just on pause. I just need to save up a little bit of money. Shouldn't take too long. I also need to get married very, very quickly here. What about... I wonder if I can marry someone from another kingdom, because we're about to be a kingdom ourselves, so I need to think bigger picture than just marrying someone from a duchy. Oh, I noticed that this is no longer a chiefdom, so those guys have been kicked out. How about Scotland? Can I marry anybody from Scotland? Oh boy, look at this dude. Not a happy camper. Hello. This might be okay. I think Scotland would be a decent ally to have. I mean, if I really want to think big picture. Kingdom of Wales. I don't really want anything to do with Wales, to be completely honest with you. Death seems to follow these people wherever they go. So maybe we'll do, who was it? Princess Melina? I'm going to copy her name here. This might be okay. So, find spouse. Search. Maybe. There we go. Children born into House Brian, chance of children medium. Alliances with Scotland will not accept because she's marrying down. So maybe once I actually form the kingdom, it won't be marrying down anymore. She's gonna be 16 soon, though. By the time I form the kingdom, she might be off with someone else. Let's wait and see, I guess. Plenty of other fish in the sea if it doesn't work out, but... Oh yeah, let's get a lifestyle. Maybe try swaying her to like you more. Actually, that reminds me. We discovered yesterday that I could not sway anybody for some reason, and it looks like that might still be the case. Oh, okay, now I can. But I don't think I can sway her. Is it because she's a child, or... It might be because she's a child. Because I can sway the king. But not her. $75. I don't want to give up any gold right now. What was the... Good night, Jack. Thanks for stopping by. Let me double check this again. Marrying down. So it doesn't have anything to do with her opinion. I think maybe if I buttered him up a bit. I just need 25 points to be in the green. $206. Good lord. I'll try swaying him, I guess. 34% chance. It's not great. Well, let's advance time. I think if I create the kingdom, yeah, I think if I create the kingdom, I will be on more equal status. Because right now I'm a petty king, and she is a princess, so I can see why they would be resistant to the idea, I suppose. His stewardship actually went down a point. Wonder how come. Oh, wait, actually, there was another pop-up I had that was a little concerning to me. This one. He holds titles that will be inherited by rulers who are not your vassals. He has children, but it looks like a vassal in the Holy Roman Empire. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want the Holy Roman Empire to have a stake on on my little island here. Oh boy, how do we avoid that from happening? Can't kill him. Not a good enough chance of that happening. I assume that title is still going to exist once I make the kingdom, right? Or maybe not. Duchy, realm, yeah. So earldom. If I go over here, the whole thing is just Scotland. And his claim specifically is jeez, he has claims like the whole friggin' island, this little twerp. So he has Ormond, Ossory, Desmond, Athlone, and Leinster, and his son has claims to Ormond, Ossory, Desmond, Athlone, and Leinster. So all the same ones, obviously, because it's his son. Let's see what happens. This Cathmal's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. He's only like 30, I think. Where is he? 41. So I'll create the kingdom, see if those titles still exist. Because that, I'm not sure how that works just yet. And I don't know how important Marshall is going to be to me anymore, because I'm kind of done with my military conquests for the time being. What helps me sway? That was diplomacy, right? Diplomacy, so that helps me sway people. Having prestige gains would be pretty nice. August. Monthly prestige, that gives me a lot of prestige. Maybe we'll try this, just to do something different here. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Changing my ways a little bit. Waged wars when he was a preteen. Then he becomes an adult and he calms down a little bit, you know? Takes a more diplomatic approach to life. Almost there. I can afford to lose 20 opinion. Cats do what they want. I can't do anything about it. If they want to scratch your stuff up, you just gotta let them. They make the rules. My cats are too busy sleeping to nod in approval of what I just said. Liked. I'm getting a lot of money. That's why I said they always start everything. Okay, maybe you're right. But cats also deserve everything, so you kind of just let it happen. Gory is widely known. Look at me. How many knights can I have right now? 7? Cool. Cool. Mom's no longer sick. I didn't know she was sick, because, again, she's like halfway across the world somehow. Organized service. Times have never been better for the Petty King of Munster. Kingdom of Munster. Petty Kingdom. This is going just brilliantly. Wish I could get just a little bit more cash flow, though. Eager to get this thing started. Okay, so she becomes... so weird. The whole title thing is confusing. Oh, what just happened? The first time I have barely even gave it a moment's thought, but my uncle Aiden has grown bolder. His challenges no longer pass unnoticed at the council table. He's testing my limits. The others are sure to follow unless I give him a taste of his own medicine. Who's this guy again? Remind me. One of my knights. So what next? We are going to form the Kingdom of Ireland as soon as I get to 500 gold. And I want to see what effect that has on the titles that my vassal Cathmal has. because his son in the Holy Roman Empire has claims to all of his stuff, and I don't want all of his stuff to fall in the hands of the Holy Roman Empire. So my hope is that once I make the kingdom, those titles will no longer exist. But we'll see. I don't, because I haven't done this before, so I'm not sure yet what's going to go down. What are the differences between these? They're all the same. Commenting on his shapely legs will throw him off. Let's give it a shot. Oh, okay. I failed. He did not enjoy my comments on his legs. Okay, so back to the title thing. It looks like if I give her the petty kingdom of Leinster, she'll become independent. If I just give her the earldom of Connacht, she won't. And I think if I do that, I'll get a little bit more tax. Let's try it out. Best way to figure things out is to click buttons and make them happen. Oh, we got another tutorial here. You're not the rightful liege of a vassal. Uh-oh. Conquering new lands, you'll often get new vassals, of which you're not the rightful liege. Okay, so she still is not married, has no kids. She's just chilling by herself. Gotta respect it. She wants her liege to hold the Duchy of Connacht, since her primary title, which is the Grand City. Health, huge boost. Cats, man. They get the job done. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sure, I'll accept the carpet. It's just a carpet. Come on. What's the big deal? Oh, we are almost there. Huh, should I fight the King of Wales? I would certainly like to. Why does she have a claim on it, of all things? I could have gotten closer, yeah. But I'm getting so much money in tax that, you know, I'll accept the carpet. So why does this one? So that's one thing that maybe wish the game did a little better, was explaining where the hell these claims come from. I think she does. I've done a lot of favors for her. I mean, I just gave her a whole friggin' thing of her own. So here's what I could do. Maybe once I ally with Scotland, 500. Maybe with Scotland's help I can go to war against Wales and do my sister a solid. A marriage material. I didn't think of that. Well, I want to ally with Scotland, though. I don't care about Connacht. I'm going to let her be. Wow, he looks exactly like my last ruler. Petty King Brian in his younger days. Yeah, I'm gonna let her be. She clearly likes being on her own. The lone queen of Connacht over there. What was a yeah? Let's do this. Let's do this. This is what I've been building towards. Create the Kingdom of Ireland. Boom! At long last, we've made it. At long last. Hey, look at me, I'm a king. Check this out. Kingdom of Ireland. Okay, so this is what I wasn't sure of. So it did not incorporate these, which makes sense. I kind of had the idea that, like, the game knew that this whole thing was supposed to be Ireland, so when I created the kingdom, it would just incorporate them all, but it didn't, which makes sense. So we still have a little work to do to get these people in the fold. And it looks like all of these titles do exist still. Okay. But we are a kingdom now. I have 1 gold to my name. And let's see. Melina, right? Ah! I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Um, 10%. Damn it. Does he have anyone else? All these people are going to be married. I know it. It's really a betrothed. Come on. Okay. She's only 10. I'm going to have to wait 6 years before that alliance comes into play. Why are you betrothed to a 10-year-old? Or a 12-year-old? Marry me. Wish my intrigue was better. So I guess murder schemes go off of my intrigue and not my spy master's intrigue. That's really all that's going to come up is 2 people. That's all I got. Those are my options. Patricia. So weird. I really don't know. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. Who do we have here then? Alliance power. Someone of age, please. Signy. County of Flynn, where is this located? That's a little splash in the bucket, isn't it? Although, will it give me an alliance with Denmark then? That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I suppose. What are her stats? They're not amazing. Could filter age, yeah. Let's see if I do this. So it would ally me with a vassal within the Kingdom of Denmark, but not necessarily with Denmark as a whole. Although, if a vassal helps me in war, the liege is kind of responsible for helping out. And they are located not super far away. What about Norway? They have a presence here, and they are absolutely massive. Oh, he does really like me. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. The spouse is like twice my age. I'm gonna copy her name. And I'm gonna look at Norway real quick, but oh, that's her opinion of him. That's right. Let me... Okay, 0. That makes more sense. But that's fine. I'll keep her in mind regardless. Let's check out Norway for a second here. Oh, one of your folks is in jail. Harold Haraldson of Godwin. I'm bisexual, aren't I? Oh, but he's not, yeah. What was I looking at? Norway. Princess Eileen of Norway. Yeah, she's married. Of course. Of course. What about over here? Currently at war. Sickly. That's a bummer. You never want to lose a child at age 1. So maybe we go with Denmark then. People are nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to go to war with them pretty soon, so I'm not going to worry about that. There's a whole lot going on here in England, though. Let me do a sweep of this stuff. God, what happened to you? Jesus. $13. What would this get me? Alliance with this vassal. It's a pretty good military. And they are under the King of England. House Brian. 13, so I'd have to wait 3 years. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let me, I'm gonna write her name down real quick because I want to look at Norway one more time. Wow, what is it? AEDOC. Alan Doe Tor Sir New. And go ahead and change this to was it Princess Melina that I was looking at? I thought it was somebody else. No, it was her, right? Right, Princess Melina was the original one that has already been married. So that is a smaller military than England. Or for this alliance. Is it in your clipboard? I thought it was, but I was hitting paste and it was bringing up Melina. This is the person I was looking at for Norway. Okay, so Kingdom of Denmark as a nation has 1285, 1884, and I think the vassal I was looking at for England had about 2000, and the kingdom has 1900. So this would be more worthwhile, and it was you. So if I do arranged marriage with myself, yeah, 2500, and that gives me access to the king, who has 1900. House Bryant, chance of children, yes sir. Let's go for it. A few knights. How many knights? Wait till I get some more money to do that. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alliance formed. To those folks. Betrothal. No, we're good. Okay. What time is it? Oh, 11:24. So what's next on my plate then? I gotta take care of this somehow. Increase crown authority to high crown authority. Okay, he has a new wife now. But they're not going to have a kid that's going to become more of an heir over this person, I don't believe. I can go ahead and establish this. Rulers can change between available partition succession laws, which the one I'm stuck with right now. Is that? Well, lets me change gender laws. High Crown Authority, okay. Vassals can be retracted and titles can be revoked. Let's try this out then. I wonder if... Oh, that's messed up. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take his stuff away from him. I think that would hurt me anyway, right? Or maybe not. I guess they would become... Would I gain the title then? Because if that's the case, then I would get more in taxes and levies. If it's in my hands rather than his. But I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. I have to wait 20 years before I can move up to High Crown Authority. And, okay, vassals' titles cannot be inherited by characters outside the realm. So, if I can make it 20 more years, and this guy survives another 20 years to 63, which is pushing it, I've gone much further than you. Awesome. Awesome. So we're both in uncharted territory then. But if I can make it 20 years, which is pushing it because a lot of people in my campaign have died at around the age of 63. If I can get there, then I can assert my authority and not worry about this disaster happening. Apparently you can have more than one wife. I can. I believe I'm allowed to have up to 4 under this religion, which might be worth doing. But we can tackle that. We can tackle that at some point. So I can't just murder this guy, right? 21%. I guess that wouldn't do anything for me because his claims are just going to pass on to his heir, who's also my friend, apparently. That might be the kid that I defended who was being bullied, I think. Oh, there's so much to do. Oh man, now I can just go to war to take stuff. That's pretty awesome. I wonder if that's because I'm a kingdom, or does that come with the crown authority that I just... That might be because I'm a kingdom. I can just conquer land that's around me. Open the encyclopedia here. All pages. Maybe conquer. Okay, either way, I'm able to just do that now. Yeah, seize the territory. Oh, you know why? It's because all of these earldoms here are below me now. In the what the hell's the word? They are part of the title of kingdom, but I don't have them yet because they're still independently controlled. But because they're part of the de jure title of kingdom, I can just take them through war, but I have cause to do that because they're supposed to be part of the Kingdom of Ireland. Yeah, so if I... Yeah, so right here, Ireland. This is supposed to be the Kingdom of Ireland, but I only control this bit. Okay. Cool. I am going to save that for next time, though, because it is past 11:30 here. And I need to go to sleep. So, what did we accomplish today? We accomplished everything today. Everything that I had set out to do. And now the real game begins, because how do you run a kingdom? I don't know. I do know that next time we're going to swallow up these three like they were never even here. Inferior military, vastly inferior. They have 40 troops. So that'll take about 5 minutes to do. At some point, once these two become married, I should be able to go to war with Wales, which I think I have caught. Yeah, to press my sister's claim, which is on this patch of land right here. That'll take a huge bite out of their territory and get me into England, which is cool. And once the marriage comes through, I should be able to call in some favors from Denmark to sail on over and help me out. Cool. We're making some decent headway here. I've also got an alliance with Verizon, as I like to call them, who are just chilling in the middle of France. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do with that, but who's her liege? So, I mean, this goes all the way up to the King of France. Their military is forgettable. This is fine. So, potentially I could call in a favor from Verizon as well. And get them involved. If I need to. I might not have to, though. So, we got our work cut out for us, but all is going well, and I have a pet cat. So really, all is perfect. And with that, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and for the advice, as always. Super helpful. And have a good rest of your night. Peace. My cats are destroying something in my kitchen right now, by the way. I gotta go deal with that. Bye-bye.